The Yankees beat the Twins. Trent Grisham goes deep twice with two nukes. Then Cody Bellinger slams the door shut in the ninth with a home run of his own. It's a big 10-5 win after it almost slipped away early with Luis Hill. The offense looks October ready, but can the arms keep up? That's the big question right now. Can the pitching keep up? We'll talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great evening on a Wednesday. Wednesdays are tough for me, I'll be honest. Especially this Wednesday. For some reason, I was dragging ass all day. But the week is almost done, and the Yankees take 2 out of 3 versus the Twins, as they should have. We were looking for the sweep, especially with the tough loss on Monday. At least they get the job done. Winning 2 out of 3. It almost slipped away, though. I'm not going to lie. And I've been an advocate for Luis Hill. I've been pushing for him to be the third starter in the wild card if it gets there. But after tonight, look, it's still up in the air, right? It's still up in the air whether he's going to be that third starter or is it going to be Cam Schlittler? Because nobody's really, between him, Cam Schlittler, and Will Warren, nobody has really been lights out, has really cemented themselves as that third starter. So it's going to be interesting to see how this unfolds as the rest of the season pans out. Because right now, it's looking like we're going to be in the wild card series. And unless you take in the first 2 games, you need a third starter. So it's going to be interesting to see what Boone does there. Anthony Volpe not in the lineup today. That's another big thing. I'm gonna chalk it up to that he didn't have great numbers versus Bradley. That's why he wasn't in the lineup. But who knows? At this point, I think personally Anthony Volpe has lost his starting role as the shortstop for the New York Yankees. So it's gonna be up in the air, right? At least for right now. And as you can see, Roxy is not happy. She wants to get out. But she's just going to go out there and start barking. And we don't want that right now. So she's going to have to deal with it. Let me pull up this box score real quick here. All right. So obviously 10 runs scored. The offense was on fire. Judge had a great night too. Let's switch this here. All right. So Grisham, huge night. 2 for 5, four RBIs, 1 strikeout, and 2 big home runs. I mean, he got 33 home runs on the season now. The guy is absolutely on fire, man. He's having the year of a lifetime. Oh my goodness, Roxy. Are we gonna do this, Roxy, now? Look at her, guys. I'm gonna have to get a Roxy cam. I'm gonna get Roxy her own camera. All right. Telling you, man, she is too spoiled. Where was I? All right. Ben Rice 1 for 4. Judge 3 for 4. He's batting .329 on the season right now. Obviously the AL MVP debate is up there, but I mean, look, MLB Network is pushing for Kyle Riley, and a lot of people are. So we'll see how that unfolds during the offseason. Bellinger 2 for 4, 3 RBIs with a big home run there in the 9th inning to really shut the door close on this game, because it got a little ugly there for a little bit. 7-5. Luis Hill. What we got? Luis Hill gave up 4 earned runs, but the good thing is, right? The good thing is that the bullpen came in and did their job, right? Cruz came in, did his thing. Devin Williams looking phenomenal. Struck out the side. 3 strikeouts there. Luke Weaver, 1 strikeout, pitched 1 inning. And Duvall, 2 strikeouts in 1 inning and didn't walk anyone. Isn't that incredible? Hopefully the bullpen is figuring it out, because that is the Yankees' Achilles heel right now, for sure. But let me say what's up in the chat, and let me see if Boone is I'm waiting for Boone's post game. Jacob, what's up, Jacob? Jacob says 4 games out of the division. Yeah, technically, right? Technically 4 games, but we all know how that works. Let's look at the wild card real quick. Right now, we're 2 games above the Red Sox and the Mariners, who are both tied. The Mariners are back in the wild card spot. What is going on? We need to look at the AOS because the AOS is a dogfight right now. Okay, so the Astros have taken the lead in the AOS there. I wonder where's my ticker. Okay, what's going on here? My ticker isn't working. Okay, I'll figure that out later. What in the world? There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulties. All right, let's take a look at the East. Yeah, we're 4 out, but really we're 5, Jacob. You know, we're 5 out. With what, 11 left to play? We got 11 left to play, so I mean, look, it's doable. It really is doable, but it's not going to be easy. We need a lot of help from whoever the Toronto Blue Jays are going to be playing. We need a lot of help from them. So right now, I mean, look, to me, I'm going to say, look, we're going to get that top wild card spot. That's what it's looking like. But if we were to take the division, even better. But it's, man, the probability is not what you want, right? Weaver bounce back outing. Williams and Duvall, yeah. Exactly, man. The whatchamacallit, the bullpen looked great. Demon D was good, my brother, man. He says, oh, yeah, must win. Let's go Yankees. Definitely, man. Definitely. Step into a Slim Jim. Must be a Macho Man Randy Savage. Katie says, hey, AJ, what's up, Katie? Andrew, what's good, my guy, man? Andrew, what you keep trolling, man? Trolling these Yankee content creators, man. Keep messing with people. Richard A. Dominguez should play every game against righties and Stanton against lefties. You know what? I'm not opposed. Look, Dominguez looked good out there today. I think, but I really, it's gonna be interesting. It's because either Dominguez or Austin Slater's not making that playoff roster, right? Me, I'm pulling for Dominguez to make it. I think he deserves it. He's been with the team the whole season. He's put in the work. I get it. His defense is not the greatest. And you know, he has that stigma that he can't hit from the right side, right? But Austin Slater has not shown me anything so far since he's been here. He hasn't shown me anything aside from a little bit of defense, right? He did show some defense. But besides that, if I have to choose between Austin Slater and Jason Dominguez, I don't know. I'm going with Dominguez. I think Dominguez has a much better bat than him so far from what I've seen. Right? I don't know if you can hear Roxy out there, but she is barking like crazy. Come on, Roxy. She's killing my streams, man. I can't even stream with her because she goes crazy. She starts barking and everything, and everybody's sleeping upstairs. Oh, man. I'm telling you. Healing men's hearts. Yankees put their foot down tonight to finish off the Twins. Exactly, man. They had to. You can't be losing series to the Twins, man. Especially these Twins. These Twins are pretty much a AAA team. Half of them. I'll tell you what, though. Byron Buxton, man, that dude, he's looking better than he ever did, man, because he was on fire today. Definitely was. That's crazy with the Mariners win streak. I know, man. It's just crazy how they're going back and forth. Every time I check it, every time I look at the wild card, is Astros, and then it's Mariners, then it's Astros. So, like, you can never sleep on the Astros. I'm telling you right now, you can never sleep on them. Ace is in the building. It was good, Ace, man. With my background music. Oh, my God. I got to figure out what's up with this dog. Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Bullpen meatballs. Serving them up all 2025 season.
You better like the video, and while you're at it, subscribe to my friend Jason's channel. The reason your butt has been hurting is because you have YDS, Yankees Derangement Syndrome.
Hey y'all, don't forget, channel members can bring up live player stats.
Yeah, man. I had to bring her in the office because she's waking everybody up. All right. Who do you trust for the third starter? I don't know, man. I'm still leaning towards Luis Hill. I'm not going to front. But after today, I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. It's crazy. It's either going to be Luis Hill or Cam Schlittler for me. And, look, Luis Hill, he obviously he didn't have his best stuff today, but at least he gave you, what, 5 innings, I guess? Oh, no, he only gave you 4 2/3. That's the same thing that Cam Schlittler gave us yesterday with less earned runs. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a toss-up at this point. It's a toss-up. I got to see, I guess, another start. They're both going to have one more start, most likely. Maybe even 2, probably, but I got to see them. I got to see more. Hey, I don't know. Let me know who you going for. Who you got, Luis Hill or Cam Schlittler? The thing with Cam Schlittler, man, is that he's so young. Like, is he going to be ready for that? I think he would be. But his last 3 outings or so, he hasn't really been able to give you much of anything, you know? He hasn't been able to go deep his last 3 outings. Roxy, you stink, Roxy. Oh, hell no. Go down there. Go. She's going to start barking now to get out. This dog, man. I don't know. She's going through like I don't know what it is, what she's going through, but she's been having like a little attitude too. I got to let her know I'm the alpha around here. Let's relax, Roxy. You got to relax. Healy's been, O's are playing good. Yankees are in for a fight. Yeah, man, but we got to get it done. NYYJ, what's good, my brother? Dominguez on bases for sure. Yeah, I like Dominguez more than Austin Slater. I'm going to be honest. But I have a feeling like they want Austin Slater. They want him so bad. Especially a guy like Cashman. When he makes a trade for somebody, he don't like being wrong. So he's going to push that hard, right? So that's why they keep batting him at leadoff, right? What has he done to earn the leadoff spot? Nothing. But we're going to listen to Boone real
this
quick.
Team and this offense with the way you started this series to put up 10 back-to-back nights, 20 over the last 2.
Yeah, I mean, obviously 2 great nights offensively. You know, starting with Grish at the top, just, having 2 big nights. Judge, doing his thing all over the bases, and just a lot of really big contributions. Finished off with a belly bomb tonight, so just really good offense. Good on the bases, stealing bases. So after that, that first one, where we got beat up a little bit, good to answer back.
Aaron, we've been seeing the consistency from Grisham
we got beat up a little bit yesterday
all season
too.
long. But when you look at the fact that he has 33 home runs and 12 home runs since
That's
August
crazy.
20th, just how do you kind of wrap your head around those numbers?
Yeah, it's been a massive year for him, and the first home or the second homer I love so much. It's like thought Bradley made a really good 2-strike pitch at the top of the zone that he's able to get enough of that he fouls it off. Then he got one to handle, fouls it off, and then he rides out a breaking ball and just rides it out for the 3-run homer, which is like kind of that felt like the big blow of the game, and just a really big time at bat, and that embodies the at bats he's had all year. It's just whether he's going through a little
really
lull
clutch,
or whether he's on a hot streak where he's hitting for power, it's just a good at bat, and obviously there's been a lot of big homers that he's hit for us and a lot of big hits.
Jason,
when you look at Bellinger and what he's done, particularly against lefties in this time of year, what are you seeing?
Yeah, it's just such a luxury to have him, behind Judge. He's been so good in that role. Obviously with runners on base, runners in scoring position. Being able to handle left-handed pitching, which he gets a lot usually because there's lefties around them and we're heavy left-handed. So we're going to see all the lefty relievers typically in the series. Yep. And he's just been excellent. And that, that's a big homer there. You keep Bednar out of the game. Camilo comes in.
Yeah, that Bellinger home run was huge because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't feel real comfortable at that point. I felt like the momentum was kind of just like shifting to their side. So yeah, good thing Bellinger came through with that home run.
And was lights out to finish it off. But yeah, I mean, Grish and Belly, what more can you say about the seasons they've had?
Dominguez has not been in the lineup consistently. Obviously, he has the issue with his tooth going on right now. For him to come in and contribute in that way, just what does that say about his preparation for a young guy and his desire to be a part of this?
Yeah, a lot. You know, you keep asking me if it's hard for him to stay ready, and it's like, it doesn't matter. We got to be ready, and he's working hard behind the scenes to stay ready. There are opportunities that are going to present themselves. I thought really good at bats today. You know, starting with the
really good at bats, man. He had that big double in the gap. Dominguez, look, I don't know why. Like, I get it, man. Like, the defense is not all there sometimes, but I don't know why. What did he do to deserve to not play at all, right? I mean, if you sometimes it's just crazy to me. Even like a dude like Amer Rosario, right? I get it that his defense is not the greatest compared to like a Ryan McMahon, but this dude's bat is off the chain, and we only seen him versus left-handed pitchers, right? But I feel like he could do it off of righties too. Like, he's a guy that could come up clutch, but he hasn't been getting enough at bats, right? So I don't know what this team's gonna do, man. How they gonna play? I'm almost to the point where I'd like McMahon to play like the first half of the game, but then I mean not McMahon, Rosario, but I understand why you can't do that, because then if you have to bring in McMahon to replace him for defense, then you lose a bat, right? Towards the end of the game, you don't have that option to go to him. So it's going to be interesting, man. But I feel like when October starts, as the playoffs start, you got to go with your hot guys, man. You really do. If somebody's like, we can't afford to be getting 3 strikeouts from a bat or something. Like, I get it. McMahon's defense is really good, but like, you're going to have to find a way to get Amer Rosario some at bats, man. Because he's been super clutch, and Dominguez too, man. I feel like Dominguez can handle himself, especially with the bat. The defense, maybe today he looked all right, you know, but you got to find a way to get him in there. He can't be playing once every 10 days. That's crazy.
first one where he flies out deep, then the double, a big stolen base there in a spot to lead to an insurance run for us. So a good night for JD.
What do you think of the defense from Jazz tonight, that one play in particular where you didn't think he had a shot at getting his first base?
Yeah.
Jazz has been
first
good
of all, it was
too.
a really tough hop. And then I don't know what the backflip throw was. I mean, it was like, I don't know what I was looking
That
at.
dude did
but
a
it was
karate move.
Really a great
Look at
play.
this.
And then the play up the middle that him and Caballero to get the force, you know, kind of in that part of the game where it's starting to get a little bit dicey. That turns into a big play too.
Speaking of dicey, for the second straight night, starter had some trouble there in the fifth inning. Did you feel like overall, even before that inning, it had been a bit of a grind for Luis Gil tonight?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, they were getting some good swings. I felt like on his fastball, you know, the fastball velocity was there. Felt like they were seeing it well. You know, they played really good offense against us here this entire series. I mean, they have a few guys over there that are really swinging the bats well, and obviously Buxton at the top is one of the best players in the game. So they pressure you offensively, and they certainly did this series, this entire series against us, but made it tough on Louis tonight.
You mentioned Jason Silva base tonight. What kind of
almost
threat
forgot.
could he be on the bases for you guys, and what has he shown for you guys?
Yeah, I feel like as the season's unfolded, he's gotten really good and really confident at, you know, trusting when we open him up that he can get bags. You know, his speed's so good. But I feel like he's done a better job as the season's gone along of just consistently getting some good breaks, and even running in some situations where it's tough, where you have a tough matchup where we're going to push the envelope a little bit. He's done a good job in those spots too.
I probably could. I never tried. I probably could though.
We got to get there first, but I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have a number of guys where we could play that game, and it's
You can play that game. You've been playing games all season, Boone. We're tired of the games. Go out there and win the damn game. How about that? Yeah, man. I mean, look, we kind of getting to that. This is that part of the season where it's like, I'm super interested, obviously, right? Because we're getting real close. But it's like, I just want to get to October already. Like, obviously, we got to play these games, and who knows? It's so close that the way the playoff bracket looks today is definitely not gonna be like this in what 10 days from now, whatever it is. So, but I can't wait. Me personally, man, I'm super excited. I get it. You know, it's not the way unless we take the AL East, right? That's still an option, although it's not a likely option. It's not likely to happen, but it's still there, right? So, look, I feel like the Yankees will be in the playoffs regardless, right? No matter, unless something catastrophic happens, we're going to make it to the playoffs. So, I'm super excited. I think this team has the talent to do it. They definitely have the talent to really make something happen, but it's just, are they going to be able to put it together, right? Are they going to show up in the big spots? That's the key right there. Are they going to show up? You know, we've seen this team look really good, and then we've seen this team just look terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible, and get smashed by bad teams. Like on the Monday, you know, we literally got demolished by a AAA team. You know, and I get it. They were tired, whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, see, Jason got a nose job. Yeah. Oh yeah, let me take it off. That's for Boone. That's my Boone nose. Even though I got a big schnoz as it is. This is not even a filter right here. Look at this thing. Damn. Jose G, ace, the nose looks right this time. Yeah, that other nose was looking suspect, man. Super sus. Yeah. Man, I want to do an open panel. Probably Friday, I'll do an open panel. And also, I want to, if you're interested in like co-hosting, especially in the off season, I want to have like co-hosts for, you know, I'm going to try to do it like every 3 days or so. And we'll, I guess, bring somebody on. And so if you're interested, man, let me know. Email me. My email's in the description. Most likely it's going to be for the, during the off season though. That way we can, I don't know, talk baseball, right? It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of teams out there that's playing pretty good. But, you know, even when I look at the National League, there's no team that really, there's not one team that I can say is like, oh my God, they're so dominant, right? So this is pretty much, the Yankees could do something this year, but they got to put it together. That's the thing. We already know the talent is there. We already know that. When you look at this roster, 1 through 26, compared to a lot of other rosters, I mean, you would think that we have 100 wins by now, even though that's not the case. And if especially if a guys like Devin Williams could turn it on, it looks like he's turning on. I get it. I don't want to jump for joy just yet because he's doing it versus the Twins I mean, these games aren't meaningless, but come on, it's in Minnesota and it's like whatever on a freaking Wednesday night. Let's see if he could do it in October at Yankee Stadium in a big spot, you know. But we have the personnel to really do something. And I'm hoping the Yankees could turn it on. I know if Yankees for the win was in here, he would say I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. And I am drinking the Kool-Aid a little bit. Because I want to believe, folks. I really do want to believe. Even though I see a lot of ugly in this team, right? We've all seen it. It's there, right? A lot of bad things and a lot of lack of fundamentals and stuff. But today, the past couple of days, the fundamentals haven't been a problem. It's been looking pretty tight. With the exception of little things here and there, but nothing huge. Nobody's forgetting how many outs there are on the base paths and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that we can figure out how to play clean baseball. Let's figure out how to play clean baseball and go into this postseason and really smash, man. Because that's what it's gonna take. We're gonna have to smash some of these teams. Jose G, man, appreciate you joining. Thanks. Nothing wrong with being helpful. Yep. Would you rather face the Red Sox or the Astros in round one? I mean, this is the question we was asking yesterday. At this point, you got to ask yourself, would you rather face the Red Sox, the Astros, or the Mariners? Because those three teams are just as the Mariners and the Astros. It could be either one of them, right? Every day it flip-flops between those two. Who would I rather face? I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather face the Astros. And that's crazy to say because we already know the Astros, they got some kind of magical power. They're in the postseason. It doesn't matter who's on that team. It could be a whole bunch of guys we've never heard of. They just turn into a whole bunch of Jose Altuve's, right? And they still got Altuve. They still got Correa. These are guys that are experienced, that they've been in the big moments. A lot of guys on that team. But I think we match up against them better for several reasons. Because we've already beat them. We've shown that we could beat them. They don't have right now. They don't have a closer like that. They don't have the pitching that is going to take. The Mariners are scary right now because the Mariners are hot. That's a hot team. And we already know they've always had the pitching. They needed offense, and now they have offense. So I don't want to face a team they're playing their best baseball right now. So I don't want to face them either. I'd rather face the Astros. The Astros just lost Yordan Alvarez. I don't think he'll be back anytime soon. If he does, he's not going to be 100%. The dude's freaking ankle literally, like, it looked like I don't know how he didn't break it. It looked like he broke it. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Astros. For real. I think that's the best option. And it would be nice, right? For everything I just said, and it will finally be nice to knock them out of the playoffs, right? They've been knocking us out of the playoffs for so many years. It'd be nice to actually, for once, return the favor and send them packing. I don't think we've ever done it in the Judge era. Yep. D says he'd rather face the Astros. Yeah, me too. Don't rule out the Guardians. The Gardeners. You hear me? Don't rule out the Gardeners. Yeah, the Guardians they're not out of it, but look, if the Guardians were to make it, I hope we face them because we kind of own them in the postseason, and they don't got nobody. I don't think they got enough firepower to make it. I don't know what their schedule's looking like, but I don't think they have enough firepower. I think the way it's set up right now, these are the teams we're gonna see at the end in the wild card. It's gonna be Yankees, and maybe you never know, right? God willing, we could take the East, right? But the way it's looking right now is gonna be Yankees, Boston, and either the Mariners or the Astros, because those two are they're gonna battle all the way to the end of the season. Astros have a way to build chemistry in the clubhouse. They have something the Yanks lack. To me, that makes them scary. Yeah, man, but I'm telling you right now, man, the Mariners are playing. They're hot, dude. They're scorching right now. And that dude Kyle Riley, he can change a game with one swing of the bat. And they have pitching. We saw what Brian Wu did to us last time at Yankee Stadium this season. Oh yeah, we don't want to face them guys, man. I'm telling you, I still think the Yankees could beat them because we beat them all season, right? For the most part. But they're a tough team and they have more firepower now. They got Josh Naylor, and you know how he plays the Yankees. They got Eugenio Suarez. He has numbers versus the Yankees. It's tough, man. You know, that's why I think I'll go with the Astros. That's why I would rather face. At Yankee Stadium too, yeah, I'll face them. Guardians putting heat on the other wildcard leaders. Yep. My only concern playing the Astros is the Yankees fans with the F. Altuve chance. That gives him superpowers. He doesn't kill us in Houston, only the Bronx. I mean, look, I don't, whatever, man. If people say F. Altuve, you got to go with the matchup, man. You rather face that, or would you rather face Garrett Crochet? You know, and then Brian Bayo, or freaking Brian Wu and Kyle Riley. You see what I'm saying, man? Those two teams, I think that the best matchup for the Yankees would be the Astros. It really would. I think we match up with them pretty good. So, and I get it though. Look, in the playoffs, nothing's easy, right? Nothing is easy. So no matter who you go up against, at some point, right? Even if you get a not so great team, at some point you're gonna run into a really good team and some good pitching, and you gotta hit them. You gotta. If not, you're going home. So let's see. That OBP for Judge last 10 is sick. Aaron Judge is on fire, man. He's the last 10 games he probably has 20 walks. Like, it's insane. The dude walks like twice every game, minimum. I don't know why they are still pitching to Cal, walk around that dump truck. Hey, yo, man. Cal with the dump truck, right? The big dumper, that's what they call him. Man, 22 of y'all in here, 12 likes. Smash that like button, guys. What we got? We needed Judge to get hot, and it looks like perfect timing for the postseason. Yeah, but let's see when we get there. You know what? Last season, right? Last season in September, if I'm not mistaken, I remember Judge being hot in September too. I'm gonna pull it up right now. If I'm not mistaken, he was hot in September and then kind of went cold those last few games, and it carried into October. I mean, yeah, I guess he wasn't scorching hot. This was September last year. He was doing his thing, right? And then that last few games, he kind of slowed down. The last game of the season last year, he went 0 for 5 with like 5 strikeouts. I don't know if you guys remember that. And I was like, whoa. And that just carried into, it's crazy because that was the last game of the season that he played, and it just carried into October. Judge wants that MVP. He deserves it. I mean, he absolutely deserves it. For sure. We need a Judge to get hot, and it looks like the perfect time. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I need Judge to be hot in October. The Guardians play the Twins, Tigers, and the Rangers. I don't think the Guardians ain't going anywhere. I'd be shocked, man. I'm talking about absolutely shocked if they were to actually creep into that wild card. It'd be crazy. Super crazy. Somebody will have to fall off big time between all those teams that are in there. Jose says, nah, B. Okay, man, I'm tired, dude. Take a look at tomorrow's matchup, if it's even announced. All right, Max Fried going up against Cade Pavich. I guess that's how you say his name, Pavich. Look, I fully expect the same thing coming into this Twin series. I fully expect the Yankees to put a hurting on these pitchers. I'm talking about start padding stats. Judge, he had a good game today, right? Judge, start freaking stat padding. Start fluffing your stats, man. Because we're going to feast, right? We got to feast off these guys. Everybody should be able to eat off of Cade Pavich. My man has a 5.05 ERA in 20 games. He does average a little over 1 strikeout per innings pitched. His whip's 1.45. Yeah, we got to hit this guy. I mean, he's not the worst pitcher, I guess, but we got to hit him. And I don't know what his pitch mix looks like. I think we faced him before. I don't remember, but we definitely got to hit this guy. Let's see if we got any stats, if anybody's faced him on the team. All right, Volpe's 2 for 6 against him. So I promise you he'd be in the lineup tomorrow with a walk too. So hold on, let's hold it right there. In 64 plate appearances, the Yankees are 176 versus him. So that's not great. Not a lot of plate appearances, but 176 batting average is not good. Not good. And you know how we do after travel day, because they're about to fly from here to to Baltimore. So Judge has numbers versus him. 2 home runs, 2 for 3. So I expect Judge to feast off this guy. And Ben Rice 0 for 6. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff, a lot of the success versus him has been Judge. Jose, yeah, I did like the boss outing today. I mean, it wasn't the greatest, but he didn't walk anyone. That's like, we're going somewhere, right? We're trending upward, right? At least that's a start. Now I need him to start striking everybody out, because he's definitely got the stuff to do it. Duvall is a beast, man. If he can figure out his command issues, he'll be unstoppable. These are the numbers versus tomorrow's pitchers. I'm trying to, man, it's taking forever to cycle though. There we go. Judge 2 for 3, 2 home runs, 2 walks. Yeah. So we got to eat. We got to eat versus this guy. Might be a repeat of game 1 versus Twins coming out flat travel day. Yeah, so I was saying, man, on a travel day too, we already know how it is. Tomorrow's game is at 7:15, and that will be on Fox. So that's gonna be a nationally televised game. You know, it's the crazy thing. I think they set up the schedule like this thinking that Baltimore was going to be better than they were, right? So they were hoping that the Yankees and Baltimore would be fighting for the AL East. That's why we have all these games versus them. If they knew it would have been Toronto that we'd be going up against for the AL East, all these games would have been versus Toronto. So anyway, yeah, we gotta handle business. Then we go back home versus Chicago, and then Baltimore. And so my thing is, look, I want the Yankees to just. I know it's a lot to ask for a sweep, but the more wins, the more we win, the quicker we can solidify a spot. Right? We need to clinch that, at least that top wild card spot, so we can start kind of now. I'm not gonna say falling back, but we can start planning how we're gonna, especially for the pitching, we can start planning how we're gonna deploy our pitchers and our bullpen, so we won't have to use them. But if we go down to the wire, if we play this out to the last game, then that means we're gonna have to be using all our guys, and then you're gonna have a day off and go straight into a wild card series, and that's what I'm afraid of. So I need the Yankees to really just get it done, man. Get the job done. Clinch that top wild card spot at the very minimum. I don't know what the number is. What is it, like 5 wins or whatever it is to clinch? I'm not talking about a playoff berth, to clinch the top wild card spot. And it's gonna take for some of these other teams to lose, like Boston did tonight. We need these teams to lose a little bit, but once we clinch that, we're in good shape. Then we can really, really start setting up our like strategically setting up our pitching, man. We have to. TC says bullpen looked halfway decent tonight. Yeah, they did, TC. But I'm gonna tell you what, though. I'll be honest. Like, they did, and it's a start, right? I guess versus the Twins, but man, it's hard to jump for joy because I'm looking at this. I'm like, bro, this is the Twins, man. We're supposed to do this, right? We're supposed to do this. What happened yesterday is not supposed to happen. What happened the day before yesterday is not supposed to happen. So I'll take it. Don't get me wrong. I will take it because you can't choose who you play, right? I can't sit here and say, well, they're playing trashy teams, right? Because this is all we're playing till the end. We got Baltimore, the White Sox, and Baltimore. So what if they pitch great there? And then, I don't know. We'll see. We just got to see. At least they didn't give up freaking 5 runs, right? Devin Williams struck out the side, right? So there is some positives. Now let's see if they could build on that. Let's see if they could do it tomorrow and another day, and then I'll feel like, okay, the bullpen starting to settle in. Rogers, it's a good question. I'm not even sure if he's slotted to center. Let's look. All right, that's tomorrow's matchup. Then we got Friday. All right, so we get him on Friday. That's a tough one. That's why I say tomorrow, we got to take tomorrow's. Because we don't know what we get from Will Warren. And then they got their best pitcher going up against us. But I think we could get him too, man. Like, that's what I want to see, right? I want to see the offense go off against a guy like this, right? I want to see Volpe get hits off a guy like this. And I'm going to pull up the stats versus him in a second. Let it load up. The hell's going on here? But I think we can, man. Yeah, we gotta at least get 3, right? We gotta get three or 4. Hopefully more than that at this point, man. And then we got Sugano. He pitched well versus us the first time we saw him. The second time we rocked him. We absolutely smoked him. And then after him, the last game we got Kyle Bradish. So let's take a look at Trevor Rogers again. All right. Let's see if the Yankees got any numbers versus him. Yeah, Devin Williams last 5. Gave up no runs, 7 strikeouts, 5 innings pitched. He's looked good. He's looked good his last 5, man. But the thing with Devin is that he's done this before, right? Remember, we was like, man, he's finally back. Like, he's settled in, and then all of a sudden, nope, went right back to blowing games. So this is versus Trevor Rogers. Caballero's 1 for 4 versus him. Not a lot of history versus these guys, so. And I'll be honest, I think versus pitchers they haven't faced before, the Yankees kind of struggle. They tend to struggle versus guys they've never seen before. So not a lot of history versus him. McMahon and Rosario faced him. You know what it is? It's like all the games versus Baltimore, the schedule had it all like in September, you know. So we haven't really seen. We've seen him what, 1-2 series, maybe 2-3 game series. Stanton is 1 for 2 versus him. Yeah, not a lot of history versus this guy. Not a lot of history. So we'll see if the Yankees can hit him. We will see. Yep. Blue Jays got to him, but it took a while. Dude is good. Yeah, he's good, man, but we'll see. Let's see how they look, guys like that's a test, right? And if you can't hit him, right? If you can't hit him, then you got to work the pitch count. You got to get him out of there ASAP. So let's see if the Yankees could do that. What's up, Dev? My man Dev is in the building. Appreciate you, Dev. Is Tony starting tomorrow? Tony? I don't know what we're talking about, man. Oh, Anthony? I forgot you called him Tony. Anthony will be, I think, right? Obviously, I don't know. Only Boo knows this, but I think he's starting tomorrow. And the reason is because he's like 2 for 6 versus, or 2 for 4, something like that, versus that pitcher, Cade Pavich, or whatever his name is. So I think he will be starting tomorrow. I think he will. And look, I'm going to be honest, man. Baltimore's no joke. They play us hard. They play us hard. This is their World Series. They know that their season's over. And they don't like us, right? There's a history there. There's definitely a little history, recently, between them and us. I don't think they like us. And they're probably a little bit bitter because they're in last place and we're still in it. So we'll see, right? We will see what happens with that. There you go. Who else we got here? Which game is Roger starting? Yep. Make sure y'all smack that like button if you haven't. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, besides that, folks, I'm gonna be honest. There's not really much to, like, I could sit here and make up a whole bunch of bullshit, but I'm not gonna start talking about nonsense, man. Look, the Yankees gotta handle their business. Plain and simple. They gotta go out there and handle their business and beat up on these teams. And even though these teams are weaker teams, this is still a test, right? This is a test to see if the Yankees have, if they've put away all that negativity, that bad baseball they were playing earlier in the season, all that bad juju, especially with the bullpen, because it's still lingering. Today was a good day, right, for the bullpen. And let's see if they could build on that. Let's see if they could build on that. I will say this, though. We need more from these starters. We absolutely need more from these starters. Luis Hill, Cam Schlittler, Will Warren. We need more innings from them. We cannot have 5 bullpen arms come out in one game. One of them is bound to not have it, right? It's just the law of averages, right? If you bring out 5, 6 pitchers, one of them is bound to suck. And the Yankees should know this better than anybody, because this is how the Yankees build bullpens, right? They get 10 arms and hope that one of them is good, right? They literally throw shit at the wall and hope something sticks. So, but we'll see, though. We got the talent. If Duvall could figure it out, Devin Williams looks like he's figuring it out. Hopefully, if he can hold on to that. Bednar's been all right for us. Now, man, if these guys can perform the way we expect them, if they can live up to their potential, this bullpen is dangerous, really dangerous. Yeah, and our starting hasn't been terrible either, with the exception a little bit lately with Luis Hill giving up 4 runs today and stuff. You can't do that, but it's been all right for the most part. Let me see. We have 1 error on the day. What's up, Andrew? I got you, man. Eflin and Mountcastle, both from the town I live. Well, that's what's up, man. And Riley Green. Damn, I wonder if they know each other. I wonder if they know each other. Man, if the Yankees had Cole this year, forget about it. Sheesh. Yeah, but I mean, Cole was yeah, it would have been great, but I don't know, man. I kind of had the feeling, even last year, we knew something. Last year, I feel like he was tinkering on Tommy John, and he went and got second opinions and stuff, but man, that dude's elbow was gonna blow up eventually. That's just the way it is. Like, everybody, for the most part, man, if you're a pitcher, at some point you're gonna get Tommy John, right? It seems like everybody's like every pitcher, man. I know high school kids that are getting Tommy John. That's crazy. In high school, you know. And I don't know why or whatever. I'm not a doctor either. I just know that if you're a pitcher, right? Like, every time we get a pitcher, I like, oh, did they have Tommy John yet? That's like the first thing you ask, like, did they have Tommy John yet? Because if not, it's almost bound to happen. Look, I see it as like a pitcher only has so many bullets, right? They only got so many throws in an arm. Eventually, it's gonna wear down, right? So yeah, it's like mileage, right? How much mileage do they have? How much innings pitched do they have? I get it that, you know, we like guys that could give us a lot of innings in a season. But the more innings, you start questioning, like, okay, is there some fatigue there? Even like with this whole thing with Weaver, right? Everybody's saying that Weaver, you know, it was because of the hamstring injury, that he's never been the same, and that he's probably hurt from that. I don't think it's that. I really don't. And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'll say if we want, I'll look it up too to prove it. Before he got hurt, and I remember because I was here doing this podcast when he got hurt, right? And even before he got hurt, everybody was like, "Oh, you know, Weaver's doing good." And I remember it was specifically we were playing the Cleveland Guardians early in the season in Cleveland, and he got rocked, right, Weaver. But the only reason why he survived it is because that park is much bigger. But if it was in any other park, a lot of those balls would have been home runs, and he got out of it. And I remember saying, like, because everybody's like, yeah, Weaver's the man. I was like, yeah, but he got rocked. He got very lucky that outing. And the outing before that too, he was getting real lucky. And I was noticing, like, man, something's not right with Weaver. And then he had a bad outing, gave up a whole bunch of runs, got smoked, home runs here and there. And then it turned out he was hurt. And he went on the IL and then came back, and everybody's like, oh. And now a lot of us are saying, like, oh, maybe he's you know, ever since he came back from the IL, he hasn't been the same and everything. But he was getting hit hard before the IL too. The numbers may not say it, right? Because a lot of them were hard hit outs, but they were hard hit. So it was bound to happen. So I don't think it's that, man. I really just think that, look, the dude, if you look at his career, you know, he's never been. Last year might have been just an outlier, right? Last year might have been just, you know, everybody gets that one good year, I guess, maybe. Or he got lucky or whatever it is. It could have been. The same thing for Grisham this year. That's why I worry about guys like a guy like Weaver, Cruz, guys who notoriously throughout their career have never been really above average, right? And then they come and they're performing above average. It makes you wonder, like, okay, like, is this who they are, right? Is this who they are now, or are they just, you know, performing a little bit better, but are going to revert back to the mean and be below average again? So that scares me right there, but hopefully not, man. Hopefully not. I mean, right now we will play I don't know, it depends on I don't know who has the tiebreaker between the Astros and the Mariners and and Boston. So the Mariners and Boston are tied for the wild card spot. So it'll be one of them. His arm did blow up, yeah. But velocity goes up. I wonder if it correlates with the number of Tommy John surgeries. I mean, yeah. I mean, dudes are throwing harder than they've ever thrown. That's why, like, and I don't mean to be a hater, like, to the old. And I'm a little bit older, right? I'm 40. I'm 41 actually. I'll be 41 in a few weeks, and I remember even a lot of these pitchers in the 90s. I get it. These guys were really good back then still, but man, these guys nowadays, the pitching has evolved. The pitching has evolved so much. It is so much harder. These guys are throwing 97 plus with crazy movement and just filthy stuff, man. You know, they invented pitches that, you know, there's probably like 7 different changeups you could throw and like 7 different sliders, right? Different grip variations. You got the kick change, your circle change, your all kinds of stuff. Different fastballs. Like, pitching has gotten so advanced. That's why you see a lot of the like the batting averages drop. It's not only because, you know, they're trying to, it's the long ball, right? Everybody's trying to hit home runs and launch angle. It's also because the pitching is much better. It's much better in all levels, dude. All levels, right? In terms of stuff, not in terms of being a pitcher and knowing how to locate and stuff. I'm talking about in terms of stuff. There's kids in high school right now. There's a kid in high school right now. I forgot his name. I'm trying to remember his name. A kid in high school that's throwing 100 miles an hour right now, 16 years old, throwing 100 miles an hour. And there's a whole bunch of, there's kids out here where I live that's throwing 94, 95 in high school. You know, there's 12-year-olds, 12U throwing 80, 85. Like, it's a different era, man. These kids are on they're on a whole different playing field. So that contributes to everything. Yeah, you're throwing harder, trying to put a crazy amount of spin on a pitch and stuff. It's gonna lead to some injuries. Kids nowadays throw harder and yep, I just said that, and play pitch every weekend, blasting those bullets all in 12U. Yep, man. I know my son plays, man. All in these tournaments, man. We do all of that. Man, I've been in the perfect game tournaments, you know, the weekend baseball tournaments with these guys. Crazy. Hey, good night, Jose, man. Appreciate it. I heard back in the olden days, damn, dude, we're not that old. They didn't throw as hard. They went deeper into games as well. Yeah, man. Yo, back in the day, like in Babe Ruth's time, right? You know, Adam Ottavino, he got a lot of heat because they asked him if he thinks he could strike out Babe Ruth, and he was like, man, he would smoke Babe Ruth, you know. And it's true, because in those days you had a pitcher, man, and the pitcher pitched like 70 games. The pitcher throws 70 he'll pitch 70 complete games a year, you know. They weren't throwing as hard as these guys are. You know, pitch 70 games a year, 70 complete games at that a year, and then go work a regular job at the factory in the off season, you know. Like, it's just different these days, man. Baseball's a lot different. A lot different. But anyway, folks, man, I think I'm gonna shut it down here, man. It looks like everybody's pretty much gone anyway. Let me see something real quick though. Yeah, folks. I mean, look, Yankees take the series, which is what's most important. I give it in a few weeks, man. This shit is gonna be lit. I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait for October baseball. Obviously, I'm a Scorpio. My birthday's October 23rd, so I'm October, baby. When the Yankees are playing on my birthday, it's good, right? It's a good thing, because when my birthday comes, it's usually around the World Series, and usually there's only 2 teams left. So if my Yankees are playing, you're October 13th. That's what's up, man. So you're still a Scorpio, though. I mean, no, you're a Libra. Yeah. It's gonna be lit though, man. Hopefully we make it deep into October. Hopefully. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow after the game. Again, man, let's go Yankees, baby. 2 more weeks, guys. 2 more weeks, and it's gonna be. And we're back in October, man. The season went by so fast, so fast. But anyway, folks, man, have a blessed evening. Peace. Sleep tight, man.
Chalk on the corner, fair game in the air. Aaron's bat sang, but the call wasn't fair. Stripes in the dirt, blind to the truth. Judgment day ruined, no replay to boost. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the dugout, temper provoked. Hands in the sky, crowds roar choked. Stole the homer, faith in the game broke. Lines don't lie, but the humans do. Green monster grin, but the call askew. Boone stormed out, spit words like fire, till Blue tossed and called him a liar. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the dugout, temper provoked. Hands in the sky, crowds roar choked. Stole the homer, faith in the game broke. Cleats on the base game, paused and rinse. Judge plays clean, but they stack the fence. Crew in the masks, deaf to respect. Baiting the Bronx, who do they protect? Fair line narrative, curving the truth. Pint glass cheers turn silence in the booth. Boone's red fury, no seat to recline. Ejected, but still, the vibes on the grind. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the dugout, temper provoked. Hands in the sky, crowds roar choked. Stole the homer, faith in the game broke.